Before our show, I've got some bones to pick. At Backlash, we saw two of our championships here on Raw be decided via underhanded count-out victories, and I'm here to say that I will not stand for it. Therefore, in tonight's main event, the Street Profits will have to defend their newly won gold against the War Raiders in a tag team ladder match. No running for you this time, Dawkins and Ford. As for you, Nia Jax, you better not get too comfy with that Women's Intercontinental title, as you'll defend against Lyra Valkyria at Clash at the Castle, and that'll be Falls Count Anywhere. Without further ado, enjoy tonight's show. Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. What an announcement from our general manager, Wade Barrett, as we are fresh off of our first PLE in Backlash and on the road to Clash at the Castle. Already one match official, two matches official, the WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and just announced, Falls Count Anywhere between Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria. But tonight, we have a big show for you. Carmelo Hayes takes on Damian Priest in our opening contest. We've got Katana Chance, Caden Carter versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. LA Knight takes on Ludwig Kaiser, Alexa Bliss, and Ivy Nile. And in our main event, as announced by the general manager, Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders, will challenge for the WWE World Tag Team Championships against the Street Profits in a ladder match. Big main event here. We gotta start things off with Hayes and Priest. Kicking off Monday Night Raw is him, Carmelo Hayes. First time we've seen him since the opening Monday Night Raw. Hayes looking to sort of jockey for position in the Intercontinental Championship scene again. And speaking of the Intercontinental Championship scene and our opening contest in Universe Mode last month, Sheamus earlier today posted, Mr. Barrett, I think it's hardly fair that I was never pinned in the Intercontinental title triple threat. How about you throw a fella a bone and give me a title match for old time's sake? We'll have to see how that develops. Of course, Sheamus did not take the fall. This man did. Carmelo Hayes looking to rebound from that loss, and he will have to do so by taking on a threat much bigger than him in Damian Priest. First time we've seen Priest here in Universe Mode to date. Damian Priest looking to make a statement victory over Carmelo Hayes as he hopes to climb up the power rankings in either the Intercontinental or maybe even World title scene. Kevin Owens, of course, winning that World Championship over Sami Zayn. He's going to be looking for a challenger shortly. Could it be Damian Priest? We will just have to find out. Priest, of course, first going to have to get past him, Carmelo Hayes. Huge opening contest to kick off Monday Night Raw. Hayes in one corner, Damian Priest in the other. And without further ado, bell rings. Hayes goes right for Priest. Big drop kick takes him down. Hayes gonna have to act quick in this match. Priest a much bigger man than him. Hayes off the, oh my goodness, springboard moonsault already. One, no. Carmelo Hayes going at him quick. Knows he's gonna have to wear Priest down. Priest can use that size against him. Carmelo is just gonna have to chip at him. Just some strikes there, wearing Priest down. That's going to be his best opportunity. Carmelo now works the back of Priest. He's going to go up top now. Hayes looking to hopefully challenge Jey Uso again for that Intercontinental title. Big cross body. My goodness. Moves like that will get him one step closer. Hayes going to go for a cover now. 1, 2. No. Priest able to kick out prior to the 2 count. Melo, of course, took the fall from Jey Uso in that opening contest in Universe Mode. Jey Uso, a couple weeks ago, defended that Intercontinental title against Rey Mysterio, looking for his next challenger. Could it be Hayes? Could it be even Damian Priest? If he picks up a big victory here, or possibly Sheamus, as we saw, waiting in the wings. We'll have to see what Wade Barrett has to say about that. Uso scheduled to challenge, or defend his championship at Clash at the Castle. These two now just gonna go at it. Priest, a big flurry of strikes. Hayes not going to sit down. Big chop from Priest. Counters the punch. Not sure Damian Priest is a guy you want to get in a slugfest with. Carmelo Hayes pays for it. And Priest is just going to go for the cover now, hoping to knock Hayes out. 1. No, Carmelo kicks out. Hayes wants to be a difference maker in this series. Of course, didn't have the best start as a Priest goes the crossbody, misses. Hayes is able to duck out of the way and sends Damian right back into the ring. Hayes wants, like I said, Hayes wants to be a difference maker. He wants to be one of those guys who the series is synonymous with. As Priest, the straps are gonna go down. Damian Priest means business here, looking to put Carmelo Hayes away. And this could be it. This could be it. Lifts Carmelo up. He's got him right in the middle of the ring for the Razor's Edge. Right on the logo. That could be all she wrote. 1, 2. Damian Priest almost puts Hayes away, but Carmelo gets the shoulder up, showing a little fighting spirit there. That's sure to go over well with management. Carmelo Hayes cocky, but he can back it up. He knows he can, and kickouts like that just prove that. But Damian Priest staying on the offensive, not going to let Hayes get the upper hand here. Just laying into him with those strikes. And boots now, trying to wear Hayes down. Now just trying to dislocate the shoulder of the smaller man in Carmelo. Those long legs coming into play. Priest. Oh, Hayes kicks up though. Might be his only chance, but Priest. Oh, Hayes reverses. Roll up. Carmelo, no rope break. Could have stolen one there, could Hayes. But Priest is just able to get his hands under the ropes there. Mello just taunting Damian Priest. Not entirely sure that aggravating Priest is what you want to do here if you're Carmelo Hayes, but he has never been known to be humble. Big moonsault again. 1, 2, no. Priest kicks out. Hayes, big springboard moonsaults. Saw a lot of those in the opening contest he had. That triple threat match, of course, despite not being victorious there, Hayes was able to show off so much of why he's such a highly rated prospect in this company. Big drop kick, and now Carmelo is just gonna measure Priest. Big strike, and looks like they're just gonna go at it again. I don't see the logic in this. If I'm Carmelo Hayes, I do not want to get into a scrap with the likes of Damian Priest. Priest is just such a lethal striker with his hands and his feet, shown by that, and that could be the fatal mistake for him. Priest. Oh, big lifting STO flatliner. 1, 2. Mello kicks out. Thought he might have been going for the South of Heaven there. He might be doing so now, though. Big flatliner followed up by Hayes. Hayes counters it. Big drop kick. Carmelo now. He's gonna measure Priest, and he's gonna do the South of Heaven to Damian Priest. Insult to injury. Steals the man's own move. 1, 2. Priest kicks out of his own finisher. Oh my god. Damian Priest. Hayes just misses on the senton, but the humiliation that Damian Priest would have been through if he had lost to his own finishing maneuver. Carmelo measures him in the corner. Priest, an elbow. Priest is now gonna measure Hayes, gonna send him into the other corner. Now traps the leg. Oof, just taking out that leg. Hayes, of course, utilizes that aerial offense so often and so well. If you can take away the legs of Carmelo, you've taken away so much of what he has. As Priest might be looking to lift him again. And, oh god, Hayes has been here before. No, he hasn't. Powerbomb, perhaps. From Priest, he's going to lift him in the other corner. Just sends Hayes face first into the turnbuckle. Thought he might have been looking for another Razor's Edge there. Carmelo is going to lift him up. Suplex. Oh my god, suplex cutter. That could be all. 1, 2. No, Priest just barely kicks out. What a match this has been to open Monday Night Raw. Both of these men desperate to move up in the power rankings and move up into favor with the general manager of Victory could do just that, as Hayes is just going to wrench on the neck of Damian Priest. Back and forth here. Hayes is going to go up top. He could be looking for it. No! Priest kips up out of the elbow drop attempt from Hayes. Completely swings and misses as Priest, big tilt-a-whirl power slam. And now, once again, Carmelo Hayes in a precarious position. Priest gonna lift him up. And again, send him into the corner, back first. Ouch. And now he's just gonna go for the cover there on a worn down Carmelo Hayes. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest gets the victory. Just disposes of Carmelo Hayes, but what a fighting effort from him. Damian Priest, however, comes along with the victory. We can see some of the highlights of tonight's contest. Damian Priest, in a debut, a powerful debut, hit that Razor's Edge, hit the South of Heaven, didn't hit the South of Heaven, pardon me, got hit by the South of Heaven, courtesy of his opponent, was still able to pull off the victory. Gotta think that Wade Barrett will like that one. We'll see what the future has in store for Damian Priest here tonight. After a victory tonight, Damian Priest makes a huge statement. Could he be gunning for Kevin Owens at Money in the Bank the next time that Owens will defend his title? But we must move on to the rest of our show. Impressive performance from both Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest. Priest able to pull off the victory in our opening contest, but as we move forward, Women's Tag Team Championship implications as Katana Chance and Kaden Carter take on Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. The winners advance to a triple threat tag team match at Clash at the Castle between all three brands, one tag team representative from each brand for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Let's see if it will be Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, or Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. And Baszler and Stark get the victory over KC Squared as they will advance. They will take on, I can announce this now, the Meta Girls, Jakar Jackson and Lash Legend of NXT, and SmackDown's Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. These three teams vying to be the first Women's Tag Team Champions. After a heated confrontation between himself and Gunther last week, LA Knight will take on Gunther's right-hand man in Ludwig Kaiser, and Ludwig Kaiser, with the help of Gunther, gets the roll-up victory on LA Knight. Despite an impressive performance from Knight, we definitely will not be happy about that. Gunther distracting him, not allowing him to get the victory. Some jockeying for position in the women's division now, as Alexa Bliss takes on Ivy Nile in our co-main event, and Ivy Nile of American Made gets the possible upset victory on Alexa Bliss. You gotta imagine her standings in the women's intercontinental title picture will be raised from that, but it is time for our monstrous main event, a tag team ladder match for the World Tag Team Championships. Main event time on Monday Night Raw. Of course, a rematch of Backlash's World Tag Team title match, I should say. Of course, the Street Profits getting the victory over the War Raiders by countout. Thought they would be able to get away with that, but Wade Barrett says, no, you will not be getting cheap victories, especially cheap championship victories. On Monday Night Raw, the War Raiders now rewarded with a tag team ladder match opportunity to gain those championships. Give the Street Profits a 2-day title reign. Of course, Nia Jax also winning her championship by countout at Backlash. She will have to contend with Lyra Valkyria in a Falls Count Anywhere match at Clash at the Castle. But the Street Profits, on shorter notice, are the World Tag Team Champions. They have to defend tonight, just 2 nights after winning those championships. Dawkins' jacket is glitched, I guess. Don't look at what the hell? What the hell? What is happening with Angelo Dawkins' jacket? I guess those titles are just weighing it back. What is happening? Okay, well, try to ignore that as best as you can, because the Street Profits went through a hellacious match. I mean, they got the victory by countout, but the match itself was an absolute classic. Those two went at it for a while before the Street Profits eventually came out victorious. Let's ignore the jacket for now. It's time to determine the World Tag Team Champions in a ladder match. The first ladder match here in Universe mode, as the Street Profits, I earned some rewards points. I'm not entirely sure why that happened, but I earned some rewards points. This has been a chaotic episode, to say the least. Tag team titles on the line. Raw's main event, as both of the teams go at each other. The smaller men in Eric and Ford going at it. as Dawkins and Ivar scrap. Not to say that Eric is a small man. Like I said on Backlash, Montez Ford definitely the small fish in this pond, as both sets of the teams go outside. Eric retrieves the first ladder, but taken down by Dawkins. Ooh, right onto that ladder. Chaotic match already for a chaotic show. Street Profits, of course, with a chaotic entrance. Jesus, famouser. Onto Ivar. Montez gonna enter the ring. He's alone in the ring. Could look to set this ladder up and win this match easily. Ford is gonna scale up the ladder, and he's gonna go for that championship. No, he's not. He sees Ivar coming, but it's 2-on-1 for the Street Profits. And Dawkins is just gonna push the ladder, pushes Ivar off the ladder. He comes crashing down. That's 300 plus pounds of man right there. My God, as the War Raiders now look to take control. Eric still going after Ford. Dawkins sat up on the ladder. Can't be good for Angelo Dawkins. Big discus forearm just knocks Dawkins out. Knocks him to the outside of the ring as Eric gonna get the ladder up. Ford with a huge tornado DDT. Eric sets the ladder up, but Ford thinks again. Whoa. Ford to the outside. Dawkins gonna go for Ivar. No, Ivar had it scouted. So much going on in this match as Eric does a leapfrog of Montez Ford and just a huge throwaway German suplex. Ivar gonna retrieve a chair. Eric just stalking Montez Ford. Now looks to be retrieving that ladder. Could take this home for the Street Profits. Could be our first title change here in Universe Mode, I believe. My goodness. Eric looking to get that title. Street Profits would have a 2-day title reign. You gotta think, even past keeping the championships, the embarrassment to win those titles only just to lose them 2 days later, what would likely be a long-standing record here in Universe Mode. Huge German suplex from Eric. He's just gonna manhandle Montez Ford, and he's gonna go to the corner. He's scouting Ford, but runs into the ladder. The ladder saves Ford, but oh, huge rocket knees as Dawkins with a big overhead belly to belly. Eric now gonna look to hopefully save his tag partner. No, he's gonna leave Ivar to his own volition. He's gonna get the chair and just, slam it against the back of Montez Ford. Dawkins now gonna look to scout Ivar. Ivar turns it around into a body slam as Eric is all alone in the ring. This could be all. Montez Ford getting back up, but Eric has the championships where he wants them. And Montez Ford pushes the ladder down, sends Eric crashing. That could have been all for the Profits title run. Oh my goodness, my voice is cracking. This is an intense match. Big overhead suplex from Dawkins. Both these teams so evenly matched, almost inarguably at the top of their division. Of course, this division also featuring the likes of the Creed brothers, of LWO, of Los Garza. More tag teams I'm sure will be coming soon as big crossbody. Oh, Eric with the reversal. These guys so back and forth, no team really getting an edge. Eric almost had those titles won if Ford was just a few seconds late, but huge big boot. Sorry, not big boot, big leg lariat from Ivar, who just springboards off the ropes. Man, that big should not be able to do that, but Dawkins counters what could have possibly been a Samoan driver. Dawkins gonna scout Eric, or Ivar. Oh yes, Eric. Ooh, goodness gracious, chair shot. As Ivar gets the upper hand, gonna lift Dawkins up. Oh, huge lung blower suplex. Goodness gracious, knees right to the chest of Angelo Dawkins as Ivar gonna set the ladder up. And now he's gonna go for the climb. This could be trouble for the Profits, but no, Dawkins scouts it. Pulls Ivar back down. It's 2-on-1 for Ivar now, but Eric brings in a table. Bit of a TLC match here. As, Ford is just gonna hit him with it. Both of these teams looking to prove their dominance. The Profits want to hold on to those championships for a very long time. Of course, I mean, it's hard to blame them. After the match on Saturday, the almost instant, sit down, pop-up sit-down spinebuster from Dawkins, big German suplex from Ivar. It's hard to blame the Profits for going for the count-out victory. It was a grueling match, as Ivar is going to go up top and possibly do something very stupid, but no! Oh my god! Went for the leg drop on Dawkins, who moved out of the way. Now Dawkins gonna look to neutralize Ford, but Ivar sends Dawkins down as Ford might be looking to retain those championships. Ivar sends him down, sends him crashing down with the ladder. Both of these teams went through hell on Saturday. Incredible tag team match. Big leg lariat there from Ivar. But the Profits just almost on instinct. Oh my god. Huge moonsault. Nobody home as Eric. Big back suplex. Oh, backbreaker there as Dawkins, or Ford, pounces. Tilt-a-whirl DDT. Both these teams went through hell on Saturday. The Profits just almost instinctively going for that count-out victory. Just let the match end, win the championships. And of course, now they have to deal with the ramifications of that, as Ford is all alone. And that could be a Samoan driver from Ivar. Just sends Ford's head right into the canvas. The ladder outside the ring now. Ivar gonna look to remedy that as Eric neutralizes Dawkins. Ivar back in the ring. Montez Ford could be out cold, but no, never mind. He's back on his feet. But a handspring elbow. The athleticism of Ivar just unbelievable, and he is now going to look to maybe climb that ladder, but Eric getting thrown back into the ring put a damper on those plans. Such an evenly paced match between these teams. You gotta think we're definitely going to be seeing this tag title match probably a few times throughout the series. These teams just know each other so well matched. Eric is just going to throw a chair, and Montez Ford, Ivar back in the ring now. Ford out of the ring. Not where the Profits want to be, as Dawkins is just going to get hit in the head with a chair. Ivar, huge elbow. He's going to take some strikes for Dawkins. Now going to look to possibly get another chair into the equation as Ford back in the ring. Eric was scouting Dawkins, who countered it. As Dawkins, butterfly suplex, or neckbreaker, sorry, butterfly spinning neckbreaker. Huge overhead suplex. The Profits are right where they want to be now. They're ticking. Ford sets the ladder up. Nope. Puts it back in the corner. Little indecisive there. Table back in the ring via Eric. But, oh, he's back in the ring now. 2-on-1. But Montez Ford, oh my goodness. Modified back suplex. Had that arm trap between the legs, as Dawkins is not where he wants to be. Oh no, Samoan driver on the outside, the concrete right to the head, but Dawkins is right back up. What a monster. Montez Ford to the second rope. Dawkins with the spear. The Profits are humming right now. The Profits are right where they want to be. Blockbuster from Ford. Both War Raiders are laid out. Huge chair shot. Another huge chair shot via Montez Ford. Ford is going crazy with the chair shots. Now he looks to possibly set this table up. Dawkins brings another chair into the contest. I mean, the Profits could easily be climbing. I think he hit Ford on accident there. That can't feel good, physically or mentally, if you're Montez Ford, who is going to now possibly hope to get that ladder there, but he might be stuck. Eric back into the fray. The Profits possibly could have had that match won just now, as Eric is just gonna, sit out powerbomb. Could have had the match won, but they were just too focused on inflicting damage. Big knee strike. Just inflicting damage onto Eric and Ivar. Ford, tilt-a-whirl DDT. Dawkins, butterfly neckbreaker. This could be the moment for the Profits again. Just don't focus on hurting the War Raiders, sorry. Focus on winning the championships. Focus on retaining what's yours, proving that these titles belong with you. But no, Eric back up now. Dawkins is just gonna set the table up once again and go after Ivar, it looks like. These two teams just hell-bent on destroying each other, not so much winning that championship. The screen is going black for a second. I mean, this happened, if you remember, at Backlash too. This happened. These two teams barely went for any pins or submissions until the end. Ended up almost ending in a double countout if the Profits didn't get back in the ring right away. These two teams are just so hell-bent on destroying each other that they can't really think straight when it comes to the championships. Ford gonna retrieve the ladder, hits Eric. This could be the moment. Montez Ford sets this ladder up, the Street Profits win the match. He quite can't get a place with that table in the way. That table not necessary. The destruction not necessary, as Dawkins was going for Ivar, who had that scouted. Dawkins was playing checkers, Ivar chess, as Eric and Dawkins now gonna go after each other. Ivar saves the match, possibly, for his team. Ivar up top. He's scouting Montez Ford now, as Eric is going to introduce the steel steps. Big double axe handle. Climb Ivar, sorry. Climb and win the championships. No, big stomp to the gut of Montez Ford. Eric now is going to go outside. He has the perfect opportunity to climb that ladder, win the tag team titles. But he's just going to slam Ford's head against the mat there. He's going to scout the opponent, but now he's gonna climb the ladder. Eric, hoping that Eric can take care of that. Dawkins is thrown out. Oh my god, the steps are burying Dawkins, but oh my gosh, Eric could have had the match won for the Viking War Raiders, sorry goodness, if he had gone after Montez Ford instead of looking to inflict more damage on Angelo Dawkins. These two now just locked in a trance almost. These two teams have developed such a hatred for one another over the last couple weeks. They're just... Oh, Ivar with the big spinning heel kick. Eric now, both Viking War Raiders. God damn it, why do I keep saying Viking Raiders? The War Raiders. Ivar is going to introduce another ladder into the match. Second ladder now. More ladders, more chances to win. But Ford back up. These two teams have just been going at it for so long here. Ford takes out Ivar. Eric going after Dawkins. He's alone. He was alone in the ring, but he just wants to hurt Angelo Dawkins, who has a big clothesline on him. Montez Ford is alone. The Street Profits are alone in the ring right now. You have to think this could be the end of the match. If Ivar doesn't hurry, this is ball game for the War Raiders. This could be it. No, they save the match somehow. This continues. These two teams just so... Oh, God. Crossbody from Ivar. God. My commentary getting sloppy. The match has been going on for so long. These two teams are just hell-bent on destroying each other's. Ivar is going to lift Dawkins up for another, God, Samoan driver. That one modified. Ford gets hit with a chair shot. Eric is going to introduce the other ladder back into the match as Ivar, huge moonsault onto the ladder, onto Montez Ford. That could be all she wrote. Ivar, gets the ladder into place, and now, no, Ivar, what are you doing? Win the match, no, another moonsault to possibly permanently alter the trajectory of Montez Ford's career, and now Ivar is going to climb. Dawkins is neutralized, but no, he's back in the ring. So is Eric. Eric has it. Eric has Dawkins distracted. This could be all. The Viking Raiders, War Raiders, goddammit, win the World Tag Team Championships. Eric and Ivar make the Street Profits reign a 2-day one. What a clinic these two teams have put on twice in the span of 3 days. But, I mean, ultimately, the hubris cost both of these teams multiple times, but the War Raiders were just able to capitalize after carnage, chaos, and destruction. Ivar pulling down those World Tag Team Championships as Eric neutralized the Profits. Here they are. The War Raiders are your new World Tag Team Champions. And that will put an end to a admittedly spectacular Raw after Backlash. Thanks for watching, and join us next time for NXT.